So today for practice, what I was thinking about in terms of heart space intention and contemplation is the idea of how our yoga practice helps us to practice upholding our commitments. Um, and not just the commitment of showing up to our yoga mat, but our commitment to honoring our body as we move through the flow, our commitment to our breath throughout the practice, staying present with the breath and allowing the breath to be the guide, our commitment to our intention, right? Setting that heart space intention, and really remembering that throughout the practice, that there's a deeper purpose behind every posture. And also the commitment to taking our yoga practice off of the yoga mat, right? How we move through our day and through life and through relationship based on this practice. So maybe today throughout your practice, you choose a commitment that you really want to focus on, and that can be something like the breath, or it can be something like listening to your body. And then we practice that throughout our time together, but then you also maybe hold that commitment with you throughout the rest of the day at least, or maybe the rest of the week. And again, it's just a practice. So if you choose the breath and halfway through the class you realize, oh, I haven't been paying attention to my breath, or I haven't been honoring the pace of my breath, then you come back to the intention and recommit. And that's the thing about this practice, is it's not asking perfection from us, it's asking us to be intentional, right? So with that, go ahead and find your way to a comfortable seat. We're going to start with a little seated meditation, and we'll be moving from a seat. So either cross-legged seat, or maybe a seat on a block or your shins. And then go ahead and take a moment to settle in. Allow your eyes to close. Maybe draw your shoulders up towards your ears, slide them back in space, and let them settle down into your torso. Your palms can be either face down or face up. So palms face down helps to promote a sense of grounding. Palms face up, openness, receptivity. So checking in and then placing your palms accordingly. Feel the base of your body, the root of your body, your pelvis, begin to sink into the support of the earth. And then from that steady support, feel your spine lengthen towards the sky, the crown of your head reach tall. Maybe find a slight tuck of your chin just to lengthen through the nape of your neck. And as you start to deepen your breath, breathe wide in every direction. So let your breath fill your back body, your side bodies, and your front body. And then as you exhale, feel your breath empty out slowly and completely. And continuing to expand your breath. Every inhale reaches a little bit wider. You take a moment at the top, pausing out full, and then slowly and completely let your breath exhale all the way to empty. And find that little pause at the bottom before you begin to fill up again. And we start to add the slight constriction to the back of your throat to cultivate your Ujjayi pranayama. And as you check in with your heart, see what commitment you'd like to practice in your yoga class today. Okay, what commitment would you like to start with? And this commitment might change, it might shift throughout the class, and then it might shift as you go back into the rest of your morning and the rest of your week, but choosing a commitment you'd like to start with. Maybe aiming to uphold this commitment for at least these 60 minutes. Again, not trying to aim for perfection, but aiming to honor this commitment and to practice upholding commitments today. Once you feel clear with that intention, go ahead and bring one or both hands to your heart. And we'll seal our intentions in, these commitments in, with 3 rounds of cleansing breath. Go ahead and take a big breath in through your nose. When you're ready, an open mouth exhale to release. And twice more like that, we breathe in deeply. And when you're ready, open mouth exhale, let it go. And just one more time, we'll take a deep, deep inhale. And an open mouth exhale. Allowing your hands to release, slowly start to open your eyes. We're going to start in a cross-legged seat. So if you already are in a cross-legged seat, maybe just switch out your shins. So the opposite shin is in front. And then once you've switched out your shins, we're going to take our hands to the fronts of our knees. Inhale, pull your chest forward, think like a cow spine. On your exhale, start to move your ribcage over to the left. We're going to draw some big circles with our ribcage. Back into a cat spine, rounding through your spine, tuck your chin. And then start to slide your ribs over to the right as you breathe in. Forward into that cow spine again. I'll take that twice more this direction. As you exhale, start to take it to the left. Back into your cat spine. Then over to the right as you breathe in. Heart forward. One more time, really emphasizing the circle, trying to reach as wide as you can. We go to the left. You round it back. Breathe in to the right and forward. Now from here, we're going to reach our hands to the sky, lengthen up, and then lean over to the left for a side bend. Let your left hand come to the earth. Right hand reaches up and over. You can bend into your left elbow to control the range of motion, to find that sweet spot for you. On your next breath in, keep the side bend, but roll your heart open to the sky. And on your exhale, you're going to reach your right hand down and across, rounding your heart down towards the earth. Reach as far as you can with your right fingertips. Next breath in, go ahead and start to reach your right hand up to the sky again. I'm going to rotate to show you this. You're going to send your right leg forward. Bend your left knee so your left knee is pointing to the sky, left foot to the earth. And we're going to twist to the left. Your right arm can wrap around your left leg as you rotate. Or you can hook your right elbow to your left thigh to lift you tall and twist you towards the left. And take a deeper breath in, lengthen up through the crown of your head. And your exhale, maybe twist a little bit deeper. Last breath here, we inhale, lengthen. And exhale, rotate. As you unwind through center, go ahead and just find the opposite cross of your shins. Bring your hands to the fronts of your knees. On your inhale, pull your heart forward, think cow spine. On your exhale, ribs are going to go to the right. reaching wide, slowly start to round it back to your cat spine, tuck your chin. Breath in takes you to the left and forward. So just twice more, going as slowly as you want to. After your third round, as you come back forward, we'll inhale both hands to the sky. Your exhale takes you into your side bend. So right hand's going to go to the earth. Left hand reaches overhead. The breath in to roll your chest open to the sky. On your exhale, you're going to round your heart down to the ground, reach way far over to the right with your left hand. Bring that big, big stretch to the left side and back side of your body. So you start to rise up and reach your left hand to the sky. You're going to send your left foot forward in front of you. Bend your right knee and just place your right foot to the inside of your left leg. Your left arm is either going to wrap around your right leg or left elbow will hook on your right leg to create your twist. As your right fingertips go behind you, use your inhale to lift and lengthen. And then exhale to rotate. Just taking 2 more breaths. Flex your left toes to the sky. Big breath in to lift. And exhale to rinse. Okay, one more time. Your low back is drawing in and up. And as you exhale, maybe twist slightly deeper. As you release from here, slowly unwind and start to find your way into your tabletop pose. We'll meet in all fours. So as you bring your shoulders to stack over your wrists, hips stack over your knees, spread your fingers open nice and wide. Then inhale to your cow pose. Lift your heart up to the sky, tailbone to the ceiling. With your exhale, as you start to find your cat pose around your spine, tuck your tail, let your head hang heavy, and reach your hips back towards your heels. Next breath in, you're going to look forward, bend your elbows, scoop your heart forward through your biceps into your cow. And exhale, round back through your cat spine, hips reach towards your heels. Just a rolling cat-cow. One more time, you bend our elbows, inhale, scoop it forward, heart and tailbone tall. And then exhale, cat pose, round your spine, reach your hips back in space. Okay. Inhale to shift it forward to your tabletop pose. And your exhale, keep your hips high, walk your palms forward, puppy pose. Go ahead and bring your forehead or chest down to the earth. Hips stay lifted. And from your puppy pose, you're going to look forward, bend your elbows, slide forward into a belly down shavasana. So as your belly comes to the earth, stack your hands underneath your forehead, elbows nice and wide. Draw your legs to at least hips distance apart. Press your toenails into the earth, take a big breath in. You're going to keep your forehead and the backs of your hands connected. On your exhale, use the strength of your spine to lift your chest off the earth. So elbows wide along to the nape of your neck. Strong through your back body, take an inhale. And your exhale, lower down. We'll take that twice more. Big breath in to prepare. And your exhale, lift your chest. Again, forehead stays connected to the backs of your hands. Elbows wide, chest proud. Take a breath in. And exhale to release. One more time, big breath in to prepare. On your exhale, upper body lifts off the earth and lengthen through the nape of your neck. Feel the strength at the back of your heart. Maybe lift a little taller on your last inhale here. And exhale to release. Slide your hands back by your low ribs. With a breath in, start to find a low cobra, a high cobra, or your upward facing dog. So whatever heart opening feels true for this moment in your practice. And on your exhale, downward facing dog, take your time to lift your pelvis up and back. Just take a moment here, find any movement that feels true for you. Reconnect to your Ujjayi breath. With your inhale, lift your right leg to the sky, three-legged dog. On your exhale, take a big step forward, right foot goes to the top of your yoga mat. Lift up to your fingertips, cow lunge, left knee is gonna hover on your inhale. Pull your chest forward. With exhale, lengthen your legs, cat lunge, find your hamstrings stretch just for a moment. The next breath in, bend both of your knees, lower your left knee down to the earth, and lift your heart and hands up to the sky, Anjaneyasana. On your breath out, take a twist to the right, open arm twist. Your right hand's gonna sweep down and back, left hand reaches forward. A deep breath in to exalt, left hand reaches to the sky. Right hand can go to your low back or towards your left hamstring. Okay, from here, your left hand's going down to the earth on the inside of your right foot. Reach your right hand to the ceiling so you're still in a twist. A little bit closer to the ground this time as you roll your heart open. Full breath in. On your breath out, right hand's coming down to the earth as well. Lift your back knee off your yoga mat. Turn all 10 toes to the left and bend into your left knee for a side lunge. So we're going to stay lifted in this side lunge. So instead of sinking down to Skandasana, keep your booty tall. Maybe activate through your legs and bring your hands to your heart if you want. Okay. On our inhale, we're going to lengthen through our left leg, so both legs are long. On your exhale, sink it to the right side. And you can use your hands for support here. Yeah. Breath in, lengthen through your right leg, both legs are long. Exhale, bend into your left knee. Once more, we're going to inhale, lengthen through our legs, strong through your inner thighs. Exhale, bend into your right and feel your seat light up. Rotate to the front of your yoga mat, low lunge, and step forward to a cross-legged forward fold. Left ankle goes behind your right. Now soften through your knees. Don't worry if your pinky toes line up or not. Let your head hang heavy. If the cross-legged forward fold feels like too much this early in practice, feel free to place your feet side by side in a traditional forward fold. Relax your head towards the earth. With your next breath in, unwind your legs. Find your way into your halfway lift, lengthen out your spine. And your exhale, forward fold release. Deep breath in, we'll rise all the way to stand, Urdhva Hastasana, circle, sweep your hands to the sky. And your exhale, soft knees, goddess your arms, elbows open wide, lift your chest to the ceiling. Okay. Let your heart stay lifted. Slowly start to reach your hands out wider, spreading your wings, and then swan dive forward. Heart leads the way as you hinge at your hips. Breathe in to lift up halfway. And exhale, high plank. Plant your hands and step your feet back. And energize through your thighs. Press into your hands at the same time you pull your navel into your spine. Then take a slow breath in and a slow breath out. The next inhale, shift it forward, knees up or down, lower halfway or all the way for your chaturanga. Open your heart up, dog or cobra. And we'll exhale to downward facing dog, hips to the sky. And take a big breath through your nose. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Inhale your left leg to the ceiling. Keep your hips square. Breath out, step to your left foot forward to the top. Cow lunge as you lift to your fingertips, let your right knee dip to hover. Lengthen your heart forward. And exhale to your cat lunge. Take your time, start to extend through your legs. And as you bend into both of your knees, right knee releases to the earth this time. Push through your left foot to lift your chest. Full inhale. Open arm twists to the left as you exhale. Left hand sweeps down and back. Breath in to exalt. Choose the placement of your left hand as your right hand reaches up and back. We'll maintain the twist. Right hand goes to the earth. Left hand reaches to the sky. Full inhale. Exhale brings your left hand to the ground as well. Lift your back knee and turn all 10 toes to the right. You're going to bend into your right knee for your lifted side lunge. Strong through your legs. Again, your hands can stay on the ground or bring your hands to heart center. As you inhale, keep your hinge foot press length into both of your legs. Push through your right foot. Exhale, bend into your left knee for your lifted side lunge. And inhale, press length into both your legs. Okay. And exhale, bend to the right side. Last time we inhale, lengthen both your legs, strong center. Exhale, bend to your left knee. And then rotate to the top of your yoga mat, low lunge to face forward. Cross-legged forward fold, right ankle is going to go behind your left, or traditional forward fold if that feels more true for you. Soften through your knees, release the weight of your skull. Take 2 cycles of breath here. Your third inhale, unwind your legs to your traditional forward fold. Lengthen halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. With your exhale, forward fold release. Lift all the way to stand, Urdhva Hastasana, big breath in. Then your exhale, just like before, goddess your arms, shoulder blades, push your heart forward as you lift through your chest. Keep your heart lifted, let your arms start to reach out wide like wings. And slowly swan dive forward into your forward fold. With your inhale, lengthen halfway. On your exhale, find your high plank pose. Begin to step it back. And in your high plank, when you're ready, you're going to inhale to shift forward. On your exhale, slowly lower chaturanga. Slowly inhale to your up dog, giving each shape its full breath. And then downward facing dog, hips to the sky. And a deep breath in through your nose. And exhale out of your mouth. And on your next breath in, lift your right leg to the sky. Again, keep your hips square. So foot is flexed, right knee, right toes point down to the ground. As you maintain the squareness in your hips, you're going to bend your right heel to your seat. Little donkey kick action. The strength of your right hamstring to lift your right thigh bone high. Take a breath in. On exhale, bring your knee to your nose, shift forward. And inhale, 3-legged dog, right leg reaches up. Exhale, this time bend your knee and open your hip. Feel the difference here. Use the strength of your right glute to lift your right knee high. Take a big breath in. Exhale, right knee crosses underneath you to your left tricep. Okay, pausing here, we're going to take our half fallen triangle. So keep both your hands on the earth. Thread your right leg through, flex your right foot, and reach your heart forward. Shift your shoulders over your wrists. And you're going to turn your left hip point down to the earth. Make sure your left toes are pointing forward to the top of your yoga mat. And your left heel stacked over your toes. So your entire body is square like a plank except for your right leg. And from here, as you open up, fallen triangle, left heel lands, reach your left hand to the sky, take a big breath in. On your exhale, thread your left hand underneath your right ribs. Reach to the right side of the room. Full inhale reaches your left hand to the sky again. Exhale takes us back to three-legged dog. Left hand's gonna land. Breathe in to reach your right leg high. On your out breath, step your right foot forward to the top. Bring your left knee to hover, cow lunge. Fill up your lungs. And exhale to your cat lunge. Lengthen out your legs just like before. Then this time as you bend into your right knee, high crescent, root to rise, full breath in brings you up. On your exhale, hands to heart, dip your left knee to a hover, going straight down. And from here, airplane lunge, hinge your heart forward as you lengthen your left leg, send your wings back beside you. We're gonna take that twice more, so we inhale to our high crescent. Exhale, hands to heart, maybe left knee dips to a hover. Airplane lunge, tip forward as you lengthen your left leg, send your wings back. One more time, we inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to heart, maybe left knee dips to a hover. Find your airplane lunge, breath in, hinge forward. And staying here as you breathe out, proud chest. And from here, we're going to move to warrior two. So left hand's gonna win when you open, left heel lands to the earth. Right away, reverse your triangle, full breath in. On your exhale, turn your right toes to the long edge of your yoga mat as well. So all 10 toes are pointing to the left side of your yoga mat. Bend into your left knee, hands to heart, side lunge. Option to spread your wings wide for this round. So you're gonna keep your heart hinged forward. On your inhale, lengthen both your legs, push through your left foot. Exhale to bend into your right knee. And inhale, lengthen through both of your legs. And exhale, bend into your left knee. Rotate to the back of your yoga mat, low lunge. Okay, right fingertips stay on the earth, twist your left into the sky, take a full breath in. Make sure your feet are about hips distance apart. Your left hand's gonna lift you into a twisted crescent lunge. So press through your feet, keep the twist, left hand pulls you up, right hand reaches forward. Then from this twisted high crescent, big breath in, reach your right hand to the sky for your exalted crescent. On your exhale, warrior two. Right heel rotates to the earth and we open back up. This time we'll stay in our warrior two. So commit to your lunge. Use your inhale to reverse your warrior, left hand finds the sky. Exhale forward to your side angle or your extended side angle if you want to reach your right hand overhead, bicep towards ear. Twice more like that. We'll just breathe in to reverse our warrior. Anchor through your feet. And exhale, side angle. And one more time, inhale to reverse. And exhale, side angle pose. From your side angle, low lunge to the back of your yoga mat. Hands to the earth, unhook your right heel. As you press through your palms, three-legged dog, left leg lifts to the sky. Big breath in. So again, keep your hips square. Left toes, left knee are pointed down to the earth. Left hip point prints down to the ground. Bend your left toe to your seat, that hamstring curl. Left hamstring is strong as you inhale. Knee to nose as you exhale. Three-legged dog, left leg lifts up. This time bend your knee and open your hip. Energize your left outer glute. Take a breath in. Left knee towards your right tricep, exhale. Half fallen triangle. Thread your left leg through. Shift your shoulders forward over your wrists. Reach your heart forward, look forward. Square your right hip down. That's strong inner thighs. Think about squeezing an imaginary block between your inner thighs. Flex your left ankle. Right toes are pointing forward for one more moment. And then we'll inhale to our fallen triangle. Let your right heel root, reach your right hand high. Breath out, thread your right hand underneath your left ribs. Feel your obliques help to lift your hips even higher. And then breathe in, right hand returns to the sky. Three-legged dog, reach your right hand down to the earth. Use your core to slowly lift your left leg to the ceiling. Go ahead and place your left foot forward to the top. Inhale, cow lunge, right knee sinks to hover. Exhale, find your cat lunge, lengthen out your legs. When you're ready to find your crescent lunge, first just bend into your left knee. Get strong with your legs, lead with your heart, root to rise. So slow and strong, press your feet to lift up. Feel your muscular energy lead you. Take your inhale. Just following your exhale, hands to heart, maybe right knee dips to a hover. Airplane lunge, hinge forward, hands sweep back. Okay. Breathing in, we reach up. Exhale, hands to heart, right knee hovers. Inhale, airplane lunge. Continue your breath in to find high crescent lunge. But last time like this, exhale, right knee hovers, hands to heart. On your inhale, tip it forward to your airplane lunge. Stay for your exhale, press down to your feet, creating a slight lift in your pelvis. So we're not dumped into our left hip crease. Right hand guides us into warrior two. So reach your right hand forward and peel it open, Virabhadrasana 2. Right away, reverse your triangle, big breath in, lengthen through your left side. On your exhale, turn all 10 toes with the long edge of your yoga mat. Bend into your right knee, side lunge. Hands can be at heart, they can be on the earth, or spread your wings wide. On your inhale, lengthen both of your legs. Exhale, bend into the left side. Sits bones reach back. As you inhale, lengthen through center, press through your feet. Exhale, bend to the right. Low lunge to the front of the yoga mat, rotate to your right. Make sure your feet are hips distance, left hand stays on the earth, twist your right hand to the sky. Get really active through your belly. Begin to reach your right hand back in space. Pull into your twisted crescent, right hand draws you up. You're rotated to the right, your wings are spread open. Inhale to your exalted crescent, left hand finds the sky. On your out breath, warrior two, peel back open. We inhale to reverse, find that flow with your round of breath. And your exhale, side angle, tip forward. Twice more, so just following your breath in, reverse your warrior. And on your exhale, side angle or extended side angle, light up your left obliques, your left side strength. Anchored through your left foot. One more time, we inhale to reverse. And then your exhale takes you into side angle or extended side angle for one full inhale. And low lunge to the top of your yoga mat, rotate. Step back into your high plank pose, this time right foot joins your left. On your inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower all the way to your belly, slow and strong to the earth. As you untuck your toes, breathe into a low cobra, a high cobra. Or you could also go to upward facing dog, but we are going to lower back to our bellies. Take an extra breath in your heart opening. And then go ahead and release to the earth. Sitting up for gecko pose, take your fingertips wide, tent your fingertips on the earth. Elbows slide forward to stack over your wrists, shoulders out of ears. Big breath in, lift your chest, press the earth away. On your exhale, dip your right shoulder in, twist your gaze over to the left. Then follow your next inhale back to center. And exhale, second side, dip your left shoulder in, look to the right. Good, inhale up through center. And on your exhale, lower down. From here, we're going to find our way into a Sphinx pose. So bring your forearms parallel to one another at the top of your yoga mat. Elbows are stacked directly beneath your shoulders. Fingertips spread wide, palms rooted to the earth. As you press down with your elbows, pull your chest forward. Navel to spine, take an inhale. On your exhale, tuck your toes, forearm plank. Zip up through your front body, peel your pelvis off the earth. Try to maintain the structure of your upper body. So elbows stay stacked beneath your shoulders. Forearm stays two parallel lines. And take a full breath in. And a slow breath out. Now we'll take 2 more breaths here. From your forearm plank, use your core to start to pike your pelvis up towards the sky. Push down and forward through your forearms. Maybe walk your feet in a little bit closer. Dolphin pose. So relaxing your head, imagine you have a yoga block between your biceps that you're squeezing into. Hug into that imaginary yoga block. Push your elbows down and forward into the earth. Use your core to lift your hips high. And we're here for 3 cycles of breath. Now keep your elbows as they are. Right, you're still in this forearm plank, dolphin position in the upper body. As you inhale, you're going to bend your knees to a hover, peek your heart forward. So it's like a hovering forearm tabletop. Exhale, dolphin pose. We just have 2 more like that, and then we take a little pause. Then inhale, hover your knees, look forward. Exhale, dolphin, lift your hips. One more time, keep squeezing your upper arm bones to the midline as you inhale, knees hover. Exhale, dolphin pose. This time, bring your knees all the way to the ground. Child's pose. Maybe reach your hands back to your heels. Relax your forehead to the earth. And from your child's pose, shift forward into a tabletop. We're going to take a tabletop gecko pose before we do a little bit of standing balance. So fingertips are going to go wide again. Tent your fingertips on the earth. As you inhale, slide your heart forward to about in line with your fingertips. And then your exhale, dive your chest straight down. Send your elbows wide to stack over your wrists, shoulders out of ears. Think about reaching your elbows as wide as you can. Press your finger pads into the earth as you stretch your sternum to the ground. On your next inhale, lift your heart through center. On your exhale, dip your right shoulder in, twist your gaze to the left. Again, elbows are forward over wrists, shoulders out of ears. Strong fingertips. Next breath in brings you back to center. And exhale, second side, dip your left shoulder in, twist your gaze over to the right. And then inhale through your center. With exhale, downward facing dog, plant through your palms, tuck your toes, and lift your hips. A deep breath in reaches your right leg to the sky, hip is square. On your exhale, bend your right heel to your seat. Breathe in, ignite your right hamstring. Exhale, knee to nose, shift forward. Holding here, take an inhale. Falling triangle as you exhale, reach your right leg through to the left and open up right away. Left heel lands, left hand lifts. Big breath in. Maybe reach your left hand overhead to the front of your yoga mat, finding your side bend. And then 3-legged dog, land your left hand down, reach your right leg high. Bend your knee and open your hip here. Option to stay, option for a moment in wild thing. Maybe right toes tip to the earth,
Heart flips up to the ceiling, extend through your right fingertips, big breath in. Looking to the top of your yoga mat, we're gonna meet in a low lunge. So to pull your right knee towards your chest, use your core to step your right foot forward, maybe help it there. Strong legs, high crescent, inhale to rise tall. And your exhale, hands to heart, maybe left knee dips to a hover. Take a big breath in here. Airplane lunge, hinge forward. Press down to your right heel so your hips are still lifted. We're not dumping down into our right hip joint, hips are lifted. Airplane your arms. As you lean forward, airplane pose, tip into your right leg. Press your right foot and start to fly. And take a slow inhale in. And a slow exhale out. Shiva squat, bend both of your knees, bring your hands to heart center. You sink down any amount. Airplane pose, press to your right foot to re-expand. This time we're gonna find our Shiva squat again, but this time bring your left leg with you all the way to stand, one-legged Tadasana. Take a nice full inhale. Exhale, open arms, twist to the left. Left hand's gonna sweep back, right hand reaches forward. Invitation to extend your left leg if that's interesting to you. Take a full breath in here. Exhale, warrior three as you pendulum swing your left leg back. Little micro bend through your right knee, reach both your hands out in front of you for a moment. Using that strength through your upper back, you are just exploring. And high crescent lunge. Left toes land, lifted up tall. Warrior two, we open. Inhale to reverse your triangle. And your exhale, star pose. This time as you turn all 10 toes forward, reach your hands to the sky. Goddess squat, heels come in, bring your hands to your thighs. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, right shoulder tips in, twist your heart towards the back of your yoga mat. Breath in brings you back to center. Exhale, second side, left shoulder dips in, find that twist to the right. And then inhale back to center. Lean your shoulders back over your hips, pull in through your front body, hands to heart for a moment. So we're gonna do a little like side bend reach here. On your next breath in, you're gonna lengthen through your legs, reach your right hand over your head, pull your left elbow into your side bodies. Your side body. Exhale back to goddess squat, hands to heart. Second side, so you're gonna lengthen both your legs, reach your left hand over your head, pull your right elbow in, lengthen your tailbone to the earth. And then back into goddess squat, hands to heart. Good, from here, warrior two to the back of the room. So just pivot your right heel to face the original front of your yoga mat. So you turn your left toes open, spread your wings. Deep breath in, reverse your warrior. On your breath out, side angle pose or extended side angle pose. Pausing here, take an inhale. Low lunge to the back of the room on your exhale. That three-legged dog, left leg lifts to the ceiling, full breath in. Heel to seat, hamstring curl, breath out. Thigh bone is high on your inhale. Knee to nose as you exhale. Press into your hands as you take your breath in. Fall in triangle, left leg goes through as you breathe out. Peel it open with your inhale. Maybe find the side bend, right hand reaches overhead. We return to our three-legged dog from here. Left leg lengthens to the sky. Take a big step forward, left foot to the top. High crescent lunge, we inhale to rise up. Exhale, hands to heart, right knee maybe hovers. Inhale, lengthen through your sternum to the sky. Exhale, airplane lunge. Again, push down through your left foot, feel your left seat engage. Airplane pose, we're going to transfer your energy to your left foot. Without momentum, press down to fly. Take an inhale here. And your exhale, Shiva squat. It doesn't matter how much you bend your knees or how low you dip. Take a little one-legged squat. Back to your airplane pose, expand. And one more time, you Shiva squat. This time you're going to bring your right leg with you to stand. One-legged Tadasana, rise all the way up. Big breath in. Open arm twist, right hand reaches back in space, left hand extends forward. If it's interesting to you, maybe lengthen out through your right leg. Breath in, grow a little bit taller. Warrior 3, both hands reach forward as you pendulum swing your right leg back. This can also be airplane if Warrior 3 doesn't feel good in your body in this moment. From Warrior 3, crescent lunge, right toes release. Reach to the sky. Warrior 2, open up. Reverse your triangle, big breath in. This time wide-legged forward fold, all 10 toes forward, dive down. Take an inhale through your nose. And then exhale out of your mouth. Breathing in, lengthen your spine halfway. On your exhale, we're going to rotate to the right, low lunge to the top of your yoga mat. Step into your high plank pose. Right foot meets your left. As you inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower all the way to your belly. Untuck your toes. Inhale to a low cobra, lift your heart. Lengthen through the nape of your neck, and as you exhale, hover your hands. Feel the strength along your spine, lift your chest a little bit taller as you take another breath in. And exhale to release. We're going to take one more dolphin pose before we lower to the back body. So starting in our Sphinx pose, bring your elbows to stack beneath your shoulders, forearms are 2 parallel lines. Drive actively down through your forearms to your elbows. Take a breath in. On your exhale, tuck your toes, forearm plank, pull your navel to your spine as you lift your hips. Hug your upper arms to the center line of your body. Press down into your elbows. Use your core to pike your hips up first, and then maybe walk your feet in a little bit. Relaxing through your head, press down and forward through your elbows. Actively squeeze your biceps towards your ears. With an inhale, maybe reach your right leg to the sky. Maybe as you keep your right leg lifted, hips square, you bend your right heel to your seat, that little donkey kick action. And then slowly release your right foot to the ground. Second side, inhale, maybe lift your left leg to the sky. Maybe heel to seat, that donkey kick action. Swing the space and strength of your body. Left toes land to the earth. Take one more breath in. On your exhale, hover your knees just above the ground. Holding for 3, 2, 1, child's pose. Take a big breath in through your nose. And exhale out of your mouth. Go ahead and roll up to a seat. You can just find a cross-legged seat. I'm going to face you for this. In your cross-legged seat or whatever seat you want, bring your forearms together. So your palms are facing your face. Your pinkies press up together. Your elbows press up together. Yeah. From here, you're going to squeeze your elbows together and then pulse your fingertips up to the sky. As high as you can, keep actively pressing the outer edges of your forearms together, your elbows together. I'm going to pulse for 5, 4, squeeze in and up for 3, 2, and 1. Good. Find that little hold at the top. Hold, hold, hold. And then goddess your arms open. Interlace your hands behind you. Eyes are thumb and top. Take a breath in, lift your chest, widen your collarbones. Exhale, keep the collarbones wide, just tuck your chin towards your heart. And releasing your arms if you'd like to take a big circle sweep in each direction. And then we're going to use our core to lower down to the earth. So flex your feet into the ground, creating your heel anchors. Knees about 90-degree bend. And as you drive your heels into the earth, actively pull your navel to your spine. And inhale reaches your hands to the sky. On your exhale, slowly start to hinge backwards. Front ribs pull in, navel pulls in. As you roll onto your back body, you might need to reach your hands eventually forward for counterbalance. Feel your core controlling your descent all the way to a full body stretch. Reach your hands overhead with a big breath in. On your exhale, bend your knees to set up for a bridge pose. Heels stacked beneath your knees, feet about hips distance. Take a big breath in. Exhale, press through your feet and lift through your pelvis. Root down through your triceps, active through your core. We're here for 3. Strong for 2. And 1. And go ahead and lower your hips down to the earth. Figure for your right ankle on your left thigh. Right knee opens up away from your heart. Option to bring that figure four towards you for a moment. Maybe a little rock from side to side. Take a big, big breath in. On your exhale, keep your figure 4, but tip your figure 4 over to the left side of your yoga mat. Option for your left hand to grab your right ankle. Reach your right thigh bone forward and away from your chest. Over your next 2 to 3 cycles of breath, we're just going to switch into that same thing, second side. So we'll start with a figure 4, and then it will eventually turn into a figure 4 twist. So as you bring your legs back through center, unwind, left ankle will stack on top of your right thigh. Activate through your left ankle, press your left thigh energetically away from your body. Maybe find a little rock from left to right. If you send a full breath down into the earth, as you exhale, figure 4 will tip over to the right. Now taking this moment of pause as an opportunity to come back to intention, come back to that commitment that you set at the beginning of your practice. Just checking in. You take 2 to 3 more breaths. When you're ready to come back through center, take as much time as you need. Eventually, you'll bring yourself back to the midline, unwind your legs and draw your knees into your chest. Maybe curl your nose up to your knees. Tuck in through your chin, breathe into the nape of your neck. On your exhale, start to find your way to Shavasana, unless there's a final shape or movement you'd like to add in first. As you begin to settle in, allow your eyes to close. Release and relax across your forehead, the muscles of your face and your jaw. Your skull become heavy on the earth.
Feel your shoulders sink down into the ground. Your spine supported by your mat. Your pelvis drops maybe a little bit deeper into the embrace of the earth. As your arms and your legs release and relax. Feel your entire body from the crown of your head to your fingers, to your tailbone, to your toes. Surrendering into that support below. If it would feel good, maybe you take one more deep breath in through your nose. Maybe an open mouth exhale to release. This last minute of your Shavasana, commit all of your attention to your breath. Focusing your entire awareness on the movement of your breath. And you can either continue to focus on your breath and stay exactly as you are. Or you can start to bring some movement back into your body. Be a full body stretch, maybe some wrist and ankle circles, maybe spread your fingers, your toes. Then either bring your hands directly to your heart or take a moment to find your way to a comfortable seat. Just choosing how you'd like to close out your practice today. And we take this final pause, the end of our practice, to pause in gratitude. Grateful for the practice itself, the insight, the wisdom, the clarity it provides. Grateful for our bodies that carry us through our practice, and the practice both on and off of our yoga mat. This physical vessel that allows us to move through this human experience. Grateful for our breath that sustains us, nourishes us, life force energy that propels us forward. and grateful for this community, for each other. So in gratitude, we'll take one more big breath into the nose. And open mouth exhale to release. And may yoga offer us a path to compassion. And may our practices serve as our guides, leading us to live more authentically, love more deeply, and see more clearly each and every day. Thank you so, so much for being here, taking this time for you, and namaste.